Episode 2: The Silent Battle. Discipline, Fatigue, and the Mind's Struggles. Discipline. The word sounds simple, yet it holds an entire world within it. It is the bridge between desire and achievement. But what no one tells you is this: discipline is not about motivation. It is about battling the mind every single day. It is visible in the daily routine, which is a cycle of repetition and resistance. The morning begins in silence, a clock ticking, a phone alarm dismissed, the first choice of the day. Get up and study, or steal 10 more minutes of sleep. For an aspirant, there is no school bell, no office deadline, just an open book and the weight of unfinished chapters. A timetable crafted with precision, yet broken more often than followed. The hours stretch ahead. Polity at 7 a.m., history at 9, break at 11. But breaks never end on time. The mind resists. The body grows restless. And somewhere between 2 p.m. and 4 p.m., fatigue begins to creep in. And then the mental struggle emerges. When the mind refuses to cooperate. Concentration is a fragile thing. One moment, the mind is absorbed in a topic, and the next, it is wandering. Thinking about the future, the past, anything but the words in front of it. Am I even making progress? There are good days when concepts click, when answers flow naturally, and then there are bad days. Days when nothing makes sense, when a single paragraph is read 10 times but never understood. This is where most battles are fought. Not in the pages of a book, but in the mind that refuses to obey. And next, the guilt of unproductive days comes to the forefront. Some days studying feels impossible, the mind feels heavy, the motivation low. And so an hour is lost, then two, then an entire day. But the worst part is not the lost time, it is the guilt that follows, the regret of wasted hours. The regret of wasted hours, the anxiety of falling behind. Some aspirants fight this guilt by forcing themselves to keep studying, even when their minds are exhausted. Others give in. Drowning in self-doubt, questioning if they were ever meant for this path. But what many don't realize is that even the best fail to Be productive every day. Even the best fail to be productive every day. The real challenge is not avoiding bad days, but learning to rise up to them. The isolation, studying alone in a room full of thoughts, is a lonely road. While the world moves on, the aspirant sits still. Friends get jobs, families celebrate weddings, and outside the window, life continues as if untouched by the struggle within. The mind begins to wonder, am I missing out? Scrolling through social media feels like watching a world you no longer belong to. Yet, stepping away from preparation even for a moment feels like betrayal. The balance is delicate, and the loneliness is real. Then the breakthrough, learning to trust the process. The greatest realization comes not in a grand moment of clarity, but in small victories. The day when a tough concept finally makes sense, the first time a mock test score improves, the moment when waking up early doesn't feel like a punishment but a habit. Discipline is not about never failing. It is about failing, feeling the weight of it, and still choosing to continue. This journey is not just about knowledge, it is about resilience. About understanding that some days will be lost to fatigue. Some hours will be wasted in doubt, and yet, what matters is not the days lost, but the days regained. Because those who keep moving, even at their slowest pace, are the ones who eventually reach the destination.